Well, hi, friends, and welcome to this week's live gathering. I'm Tim Fortescue, an internal family systems practitioner. This model has really transformed my life and the lives of those I work with, and so glad that you're here. Whether this is your first time joining us or you've been here week after week, your presence truly matters. This is a space where we can pause together, breathe, and turn inward with curiosity and compassion for just a bit. Each week, we explore different aspects of IFS, not just as abstract principles, but as real, lived invitations to meet ourselves more fully. And you may notice parts of you eager to learn, others might be skeptical, some may feel weary. All of them are welcome here. That's the heart of what we do, creating room for every part to be seen, honored, and gently understood. So let's just pause for a bit as we settle in and take a little time for ourselves. Let your shoulders drop. Take a slow breath. Simply notice who's here inside with you today, which parts are most present. Just becoming aware can go a long way. And I'm really to share this time with you. We'll have a little longer meditation in just a bit, but let's step into today's live gathering with openness, kindness, and the courage to listen deeply. And at the end, I'll take your questions so we can explore together in real time. And if you'd like to go deeper in your work with others on this parts work journey, check out the Faithfully Growing community on my website. You can find that by going to exploreifs.com. It gives you a weekly drop in on Thursdays via Zoom where you can chat with me in real time. And there is a library of growing resources there, as well as a community outside of Facebook where you can get to know others on this journey. And Len, let me know if there is sound now. It looks like mine is playing, but yeah, let me know. And if anyone else is there, you can chime in and let me know too. And if you're watching the live, I'll take questions at the end. If you're watching a recording, I can engage with the chat throughout the time. But I'll keep a pulse on that chat. Let me know if you're not hearing me. It looks like, yeah, it looks like my microphone is working on my end, but who knows? I could be mixed up. So let me know if you can't hear me. If you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel here uh, and like the specific videos. I hear that it helps YouTube algorithms know that we're here and it helps others discover this content. If you have other questions, you can always send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com. So today, going to talk just a bit about handling overwhelm in the present moment. And here are some key points that are helpful for me, maybe helpful for you too. But first, recognize the flood. When several parts are activated at once, your system can feel chaotic and flooding. Thanks for that thumbs up. There. And flooding can look like anxiety, shame, anger, and freeze, all happening at the same time. It's like all the parts are shouting and none of them are being heard. Second, When we notice the flood, it's helpful to pause and name parts, slow down, name two or three parts you sense are present. One example is here's my anxious part, here's my tired part, or a part of me is anxious, or part of me is tired. Here's my judgmental part, or a part of me is judging right now. And just naming them creates a little space. Then once you acknowledge, name, and this is all helping us to slow down. And sometimes we even do this after we're triggered or after the overwhelm may have passed to reflect. But uh, notice, name, and then breathe with them. Take one or two slow breaths with each part, remembering they're often younger. And let them know you see them. No fixing required, just presence. And so notice, name. Wish I could have another N. I just noticed how that was flowing. Breathe. Notice, name, and breathe. Let's do that now. Let's take a slow breath in and out. And in. Just notice, name, and breathe. And out. And one more breath together. In and out. And then number 4, just remember self energy can shift everything. Even a small amount of self, just 5%, just 1% sometimes, can begin to calm the system. You don't need to be fully in self. We're never going to be fully in self as human beings. But just that percentage to be self led. And it helps us imagine self, placing a gentle hand on each part's shoulder. And just a bit of calm, curious presence. So notice, name, breathe, and then the awareness that just a drop of self can make all the difference. And then ask, what do you need right now? A gentle reflection. Ask this of yourself or as each part, and listen without needing to immediately fix or solve. Sometimes they just need to be acknowledged. Then a sixth thing is overwhelm is a sign your system cares deeply. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're carrying a lot. It means your parts are working hard to protect you. Overwhelm is information. It's not failure. And so, yeah, hopefully that's helpful for you. Know it is for me. And just that awareness to notice, to name, to breathe, and then acknowledge self. Even a drop can change everything. And from that place, and just that acknowledgement of self, ask, what do you need right now? And just know that overwhelm is a sign your system deeply cares. And it's also a sign that there are there's a polarization. There are parts that are both maybe feeling the overwhelm. They don't know they're on the same team. Let me just take a moment before we go into our meditation from my own life. Often I'm facing a deadline or I'm in a training facilitating and emails pile up. Sometimes children get sick in the midst of all this, and my inner critic can scream, "You're falling behind." Feeling a little bit about that now, like that now, if I'm honest. And the same time, a younger part wants to crawl into bed and hide, avoid, and another part frantically scrolling through my phone as if that would help. And sometimes I feel like I'm splintering. And that's an example of flooding. And what I did and what I'm doing now when I feel a little overwhelmed is just that pausing. And it doesn't solve everything, but it can shift the energy. Just sitting down and naming, okay, here's the panic part, here's the tired part, here's the judgmental part. And then just breathing, not pushing, not fixing, but just noticing. And from there, things do soften. There's a bit more space inside, a little more self energy. My parts can let me know what they need right now and know they're not alone. So this week, I invite you to try that. When you notice the flood coming, do a gentle roll call. Name a few parts, breathe with them. See if you can let just a little bit more self into the room. It's already there. Maybe you could acknowledge that. And you don't need 100%, just a drop will do. We don't have to fix it all. We can be gentle with ourselves. And so, with that, let me lead us in a meditation to check in for just a bit. And just pause and see who's here. Just notice those thoughts, feelings, actions, impulses, beliefs. And do that roll call now. Who's showing up? Where do you notice the overwhelm in or around your body if you're feeling some of that? And just breathe with those parts that are feeling the overwhelm. See if they know who you are. Remind them they're not alone. And just acknowledge just a little bit of that self. Can you extend a little calmness or compassion? Just see if those parts that are showing up that may be a little overwhelmed can take that in. See if they can see you. Do they know who you are? Just notice any shifts that you may notice as you just pause. Yeah, name these parts, notice, breathe with them. Just see if they want to share what they need or want in this moment. What do they need from you? You can also ask things like, how old are you? Do you know who I am? Why are you working so hard? And just listen and just be and notice for just a bit. We're not going any farther than this today, but just being with these parts that are feeling some overwhelm. Maybe you notice some of those little ones reacting to others just as children bicker sometimes. Just remind them that you're here. See if they can trust you to lead and they can play and be kids. They're likely tired and they've been working a long time, and it's refreshing to know you can play. Spend another few seconds. See if there's anything else that they'd like to share before we wrap up. And just thank these parts for showing up, for their courage to share as much or as little as they wanted. Regardless, it takes courage. Remind them they're not alone. Then, when it feels right, you can bring your attention back to the present moment. You can open your eyes if they were closed and continue about life. And if you have questions, you can let me know those here too. And it's things like what I've covered today. If you're able to join those Thursday drop ins as a part of the community, we can talk deeper. You can meet others on this journey. And it's just really what I call a time of unblending to just check in, notice your parts, and do this is a lot of what we do at that Thursday drop in. So send me an email if you're interested, and you can find out more about the community if you're not already a member at faithfullygrowing.com or exploreifs.com. But what questions do you have? And no pressure, but I'll allow a few seconds. And you can always put questions in the chat, or you can always send me an email to tim at faithfullygrowing.com too. I'm so grateful for this community. You're doing courageous work and know you're not alone. Reach out if you need to, but let's be gentle with ourselves this week. And thanks so much for being here and look forward to connecting again soon. Take care. Thank you, Len. Yeah, so good to be with you and look forward to connecting with you soon too. Reach out if I can be helpful. All right. You all take care.